Certainly, that driver should never have changed lanes right in front of us. If he had given us a little warning, we could have been prepared. Signaling is one of the ways we have of communicating with the others with whom we share the road. Communicating means letting others know both where we are and what we plan to do. In some circles, it pays to be seen in the right company. On the road, it pays just to be seen.
Looks clear to pass. Oops, it sure paid here.
At night, headlights light up the road. During the day, they light up the cars. We don't need the candle power of full headlights. Special low-power daytime running lights serve the purpose and extend the life of the headlights. With or without daytime running lights, other drivers may have trouble seeing us. That's one way of communicating presence. But a safer way would be to keep our car where it can easily be seen. Back here, the driver can see us in the rear mirror, and we're out of the way if he doesn't. Some drivers have trouble seeing right behind them. Trucks, buses, mobile homes, and some other vehicles have a blind zone directly behind. Here, it's best to drop back far enough to be seen in their side mirrors. If we can see the mirrors, the driver can see us. Here's another time it really pays to be seen. This is not a great place to be, but sometimes there's no choice. The first precaution is to stop where drivers can see the car from a distance, not just over a hill or around a curve. And we need to get as far off the road as possible. Emergency flashers make the car more visible and show that it's stopped. Emergency triangles placed well back give even more warning. Flares are even better, particularly at night. If none of these is available, someone with a cloth or flag will do. They need to be well upstream and well off the road. If help is needed, a cell phone or CB radio will give direct contact with an emergency service. Otherwise, putting the hood up and attaching a white cloth to the antenna, door handle, or window is a signal that help is needed. Remember this? A blast on the horn sure communicated our presence, but we could have done the same thing earlier. A light beep sends a simple "I'm here" message. There are a number of times that communicating our presence this way can prevent trouble, like when coming up on somebody on foot or on a bike, or somebody who is not paying attention or who may have trouble seeing us, or where our view ahead is blocked, like a steep hill, a sharp curve, or leaving a narrow alley. There are times when even a gentle toot on the horn isn't a great idea. For example, if we have to pass on the right, many drivers will react to a signal by moving to the right. It's also not a great idea when someone's in our way, or when we've been wronged, or just to greet a friend. The horn is a means of communication to be used only when there is something important to communicate. Now, on to the second half of communication. This is the most common form of communication on the road.
The law requires us to signal anytime we change our position. This includes turns at corners, merges, and lane changes.
Most everyone knows these signals, but there are some things not everyone knows. One is that the law requires that we signal well before a maneuver to give others time to react. Another is the need to signal every change of position, whether we see anyone around us or not.
Motorcyclists are particularly hard to see, and we sure want to see this one.
Here, We plan to turn into the driveway beyond the next intersection. What happens if we signal now? The other driver assumed we plan to turn at the intersection. False signals can be just as bad as no signals. If we plan to turn beyond an intersection, we hold off signaling until we are well into the intersection. There's another false signal. He probably changed lanes back there a way and the signal didn't cancel.
Straightening the wheel after a lane change may not automatically cancel the signal. It's best to do it by hand.
How can we signal speed changes in advance? The brake lights only come on when the car starts to slow down. If we had someone behind us, we'd like to give a warning before slowing down, particularly if they were close behind. Tapping the brake pedal several times quickly will flash the brakes. It's a real attention getter and warns the driver behind that something is about to happen.